we'll let her get. Great, thank you. Okay. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome again to our Global Chamber Los Angeles monthly meetup. I'm really excited about today's monthly meetup. This is one that's going to be just where we are discussing, okay, but we have a great speaker scheduled for our next monthly meetup in August, Christina Spiritu, who is going to talk about procurement as and valuation strategies, and then specifically as it pertains to the Olympics 2028 and other events coming to Los Angeles, high profile events with Los Angeles. So watch out for information on that. But for today, it's just going to be, where we are going around the room and really highlighting what each of us, what opportunities are available, or if any of our organizations, our companies have any needs, to highlight that so that we can kind of pay it forward and really promote connections and business and support what each one on the call, as well as others that will get this video afterward, where we can support each other. But before I start off with an opportunity, and we had some conversation about a great opportunity prior to starting the recording, I want to give Doug, our executive director, the floor for any comments that you want to have to get us started.
Thank you very much, Dr. Jackson. Sarita is doing an amazing job as our advisory board chair for Global Chamber Los Angeles. Hello from Venice Beach, California. Thank you all for joining today. This is, as Sarita mentioned, every third Thursday at 10 a.m. we do a virtual meeting. It sure beats driving on the 405 and showing up at a meeting and parking and in the meantime and all the things. It just allows us to connect up. And in addition, we have some fun things coming up in person as well. So watch for those. Sarita, I'm really excited by next Thursday's, is it Thursday the 23rd or Wednesday the 23rd? The virtual meeting that you and Elizabeth and the team have put together for manufacturers, a kickoff of a series, and I'm sure that'll be part of our discussion today. Yeah. Really excited to see so many different manufacturers coming in that we've not seen before. The topic is very timely, not just tariffs, but the world is our oyster, and that's certainly something that Global Chamber passionately embraces, as our members do, that the world is a great place for opportunities, but we need to work together to be able to accomplish finding them, servicing them, and profiting from them. So thank you, Sarita, for all your support and your leadership, and looking forward to today's conversation.
Great. All right. Well, just before we, go into that discussion, and Anita's on the call, who was also involved with that, with the event coming up next week. I just want to mention briefly, speaking of manufacturers, this year, many of you may know we have the Regional Export Training and Assistance Program, or RETAP program. And I just want to throw out, we finished with our first cohort, and there's still room just for a few more manufacturing companies. We're close to our target for this year in terms of the companies that we are working with. And with this particular program, this is with the LA Chamber of Commerce. With this program, we've been inviting manufacturers to participate through workshops, learning. Well, there are two different tracks. One, just learning about the exporting process. And then also the other track, if you are export ready, and many of the companies that have participated in this, where they are already exporting and they're looking to expand to new markets. So that's really exciting to see. These are small companies, regardless of what is going on with regard to tariffs, et cetera, that they are still exporting and looking to expand to new markets. So I encourage you, and I can put that information in the chat once I'm done, but basically what you will get is, in addition to the training, is customized market research. That's where my firm has been participating in that, involved with regard to the customized market research, and then connecting with other resources when it comes to logistics, financing, matchmaking with buyers and distributors in in different markets around the world. So I just want to throw that out as we are wrapping up that program within the next couple of months. So I will put that in the chat. Again, that's the Regional Export Training and Assistance Program, or RETAP, for small companies based in Southern California, basically.
So Sarita,
Okay.
you're looking for there are still some openings.
Yes, yes. So
When-
there's still some openings. So just go ahead. If there are any companies that you think would be viable, just let me know, and then I can present it to the team. There's a process that they go through, paperwork that they have to fill out to determine, are they ready for this Export 101 or Export 201 track.
Thanks.
Great. All right. Okay, so that's a great opportunity for small manufacturing companies. And then I just want to turn it over, since next week we have an exciting event coming up. So anyone from the team that wants to talk about next week's event put on by our Import-Export Committee.
Anita, go ahead.
Yeah. So we're really trying to reach out to manufacturers, and more specifically, exporting manufacturers in the greater LA area, which means Southern California, basically, one of the largest economies in the world. So that's the target of the series. And in this first one coming up, we'll be addressing workarounds to things that are going on with the tariffs, et cetera. It won't always be specifically about tariffs. There's a lot of people that work in exporting and manufacturing. So hopefully we'll be covering all of those as time goes by. So if you know of exporting manufacturers or manufacturers who are looking to get into exporting, please spread the word. We've been reaching out to cities, had some really good successes. So they'll be helping spread the word, and we're kind of figuring out the plan moving forward based on what we're learning. So do that. And then the next day after that, I have my monthly Export-Import Forum. And this month, we're going to be talking about data, using data, how data is used in the import and export fields. So you've got two amazing import-export events coming up next week.
Okay, great. All right. And if you could put that in the chat regarding the event, so people could go ahead and sign up if it's not in there already. Yeah.
And
Yeah. So
I'm sorry, Anita. The other thing about the event, Anita and I have been contacting the team. We found let's say four very, very interesting databases. And I think the reason for which Doug is seeing registrations of companies he does not know is because I think what we're doing is being effective. And so there is an effort right now, basically in two different directions. And I just sent Anita, I think about a week ago or so, a list of about 475 Los Angeles Chamber of Commerce centers, and in each particular city. And I would say a strategic alliance, by reaching out and letting them know what we're doing, is of the greatest importance. Why? I don't know any organization, and I've been here for 50 years. I don't know any organization that is present in about 535 different international locations, like the Chamber of Commerce. And when I spoke with also with trade groups of manufacturers, which have been speaking with three main organizations, the thing, they're blown away. They can't believe that we are so present, and we are really present in so many different international locations. I think if we leverage that conversation and then messaging, and I discussed it with our marketing committee, if we leverage that presence of the global chamber in so many international markets, we cannot not get attention. And I think by doing that, and having appropriate programs and workshops, I think we're going to get a tremendous exposure.
I agree. And to your point, so what the initial thought was, we know which cities have more manufacturing than others. Some cities, Manhattan Beach is all retail, pretty much. You've got a city like Vernon, City of Industry, City of Commerce, Santa Fe Springs, Anaheim. People don't think about that. They think about tourism. 75% of the jobs in Anaheim come from manufacturing. They have a 2,600 acre industrial complex in the northeast part. So in starting with that, they're the first ones to tell me, oh, the chamber would be happy to help with this. It just depends on the city. So I absolutely agree with what you're saying. Wanted to be a little bit more focused initially. And what I'm learning is that the city, developing relationships with the cities, they're the first ones to tell you if they think that the chamber should be involved. In fact, 3 of them forwarded this stuff to their chamber. The other one said, we handle this kind of a thing. Not that we wouldn't want to reach out to their chambers, absolutely. But as a first tier kind of a thing, I thought it'd be more important to go where we know the manufacturing hubs are in the various cities. But we will absolutely be using that list.
I would say in so many years, with all the research we've done, the database, the availability of a database that actually allows you to target your target market. We can target by employees. We can target by size of the company. We can target by the number of countries that different manufacturers are actually going after. There is so much technology, methodology involved in it. I really see a great success, and I want to acknowledge Anita for creating the event and the entire team, creating the event of the 23rd, because every single client we have, major issue is, where do we go next? Because today is green, tomorrow is yellow, the day after becomes red in terms of the tariff, taxes, the duties of entry, availabilities, and non-tariff. And the other thing, Anita, we need to really look carefully at the non-tariff barriers. Somebody will have to talk about that, because when I'm finding out, everybody thinks America, the US market, is a huge market, and it is. However, the certification regulation to enter in the US, from a medical point of view, from the EPA point of view, from all these, from IAP, from ASHRAE, there are so many difficulties in getting permitting and certification, which is incredible. And most foreign companies don't have an idea.
I agree. I didn't create, the group created. This was probably a lot more David and Elizabeth than it was me, just to be clear.
Awesome. So I'll extend the congratulations and thanks to Elizabeth and David. You guys are great guys.
The team effort.
Yes, the Import-Export Committee under the Global Chamber of Los Angeles. And there's a series, right? Following next week. So there's going to be a series which we'll get more information about as well, right? So that
we have some planning to do, but it is
Right.
really good to know about how different cities are operating. I've learned so much. I've spent hours on the phone. It's not been wasted. I've learned a lot. I've made some amazing relationships with some of the city development, economic development directors. Every city is different. Some of them it's the city manager, some it's a community development manager. No two are the same, but I've made some amazing contacts. And that's the thing about lists are great. I've been doing marketing for 30 years, so lists are important. But at the end of the day, like going that extra mile, because you can send postcards, you can send emails, but until you get somebody on the phone and talk with them and make the time investment, that's where you deserve, that what comes of that, because it took effort and it took time.
Great. Okay, well, thank you so much. Thanks for highlighting that event. And then, and it's an opportunity. It's not just a webinar, but it's an opportunity, especially for those manufacturers, as Roberto mentioned, that have this question. Okay, so with everything that's going on, what do we do? What do we do next? And how do we do it? Okay. And I want to turn it quickly over to Doug, who's going to introduce one of our guests, who's going to shed some light on what her organization is doing and present some opportunities as well.
That sounds great. And Jem, I think you put, oh yeah, you did. Jem, thank you for putting the information in the chat area for both the event on the 23rd, and then the other one was, Anita's event. Both of those are in the chat area. Anita is amazing, and so I love, everything you do turns to gold because of the professional approach that you have and the attention to detail. And you are so right that, we see this with exporters or others who try to do global business and they try to shortcut it. And at the end of the day, your points are so well taken because too many people don't go to anywhere near, like a normal person doesn't go to your level. You take it to the next level to be able to get on the phone and have the conversation with people. And that's really what it takes to do global business, really effectively, right? You've got to go that extra mile. And so I just want to give kudos to Anita for not only all the things that she does, but even though she's doing all of those things, that she did this, which is extraordinary, just amazing. Roberto, your ideas around this originally, when I started Global Chamber, one of the things that blew my mind was that there were 40 chambers of commerce in Phoenix. And I thought, oh my God, like, why would I mean, okay, maybe I'll pick one just to be friendly in one little town, but why in the world would I ever want to join a chamber of commerce? Because it's so small. My head is going to explode as a global person. There needs to be a global chamber. And so when you put that list out, I had to read your email twice because you said 475 chambers of commerce in Los Angeles. And I said, that can't be right. So I went into the spreadsheet and I went down all the way to the bottom. 475 chambers in LA, the 4 counties are in LA. It blows my mind, so do you want to, and there are people that should obviously, right, be part of a local chamber. And we've said actually all over our website, we say, be part of a local chamber. It's supporting your community. But if you want to grow your business, be part of the global chamber. And so thank you for that 475, because I've been using that in my conversations all over the world. That, do you want to be, like multiple chambers, or do you want to be part of something bigger? And so thank you for that. This whole thing is opening up all sorts of opportunities.
Thank you so much. And the other thing is there is a message, it's so important, the marketing message. But I would say, when you are in business, you should belong to the local chamber. But if you want to be international,
Sure.
you have to join the global chamber, because there's really no better organization than the global chamber universally. So you create an organization that has a reach which no local chamber has the access to. So if it's like thinking locally but acting globally. If we move to that direction, I think you can expand tremendously, especially in the field of manufacturing. My God, there are so many of these companies, they just go into foreign markets, not because they've analyzed the market, but because somebody comes from that country.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So thank you. That all said, I also want to take one step back and be, also recognize that we are very limited in our capabilities so far, and that's come to light many times, especially as Jem knows, who's on the call from Singapore, our head of events, that we're putting a new system in the Global Chamber right now, and we've been working on it for 2 months. We have 3 weeks to go, and we're starting right now to start to implement, get the data over from our current system over to the new system, like right now and over the next 2 to 3 weeks. And so we know that with the new system, we'll have greater capabilities, but also responsibilities to manage the data better and add value to members in a bigger and broader way. And that's what drives us. And our limitations are hurt, but also we recognize the potential that we provide. And thank you all as members for your support and collaboration as we work through and work to be better. One of the really core values that we have and is built off of the belief we talked about earlier, that to do global business, it takes a village. That you can't go it alone and be successful over the long term to be able to have the kind of impact typically that you want to have. You have to work with others. You have to work with partners. And we believe that all 475 chambers in the LA area, all tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of chambers around the world, as many that would like to work with us, we work with them. We recognize their value and the value of collaboration. Beyond chambers, there's also all sorts of great organizations, and one of them in the LA area is the LA World Affairs Council. And so Victor Auguste Dermail, and so I hope you'll correct or have some sympathy for my bad pronunciation. That looks like some sort of a French name. How do you pronounce that, Victor?
Victoire.
Oh, okay. So I was fairly right on. If it was
No, but you did it very well. Thank you very much, Doug, for your kind introduction and for inviting me to your meeting. Actually, I'm going to send my contact information on the chat box. But so let me introduce you the Los Angeles World Affairs Council.
Beautiful. Thank you. Go ahead.
And our organization was created in 1953, so we've been on for quite a long time. And the purpose of the creation of the founders initially was really to inform Angelinos on what's going on around the world and how it affects people here. And so we are a membership-based organization and nonprofit. We depend on donation, sponsorship, and membership. And we currently have 600 members. We organize 3 to 4 events a month. One is a webinar with Dan Schnorr that gets usually around 700 viewers. This is a monthly. We also have a general in-person event for the open to the public, not just to our members. And the topics, of course, will vary. We try to stay with what is in the current issues. We have also one event that is more like high quality, I should say, yes, high level networking for our very premium members. So this is events that are, for instance, we had one this week at the Federal Reserve Board and branch in Los Angeles, and it will be like a private visit or a speaker, like an ambassador. We had Ambassador Nathanson, for instance, former ambassadors. And this type of event would be more like 30, 40 people max. So really giving you an opportunity to meet decision makers and people that are in the making of Los Angeles. That actually gets me to the point of who is our membership. So I would say it's a blend of people in business, obviously, a lot of people from academic, also academia. We have also a Consular Corps in Los Angeles. As you may be aware, this is the 3rd Consular Corps in the whole world after New York and Hong Kong. And so we have a big, as you're all aware, international representation, and we have also young professionals that meet. It's like mixers. And what else did I miss? And we have also some additional webinars. Like, for instance, we have one coming up on the Trump administration and Latin America. So this is the event that we do. What it's a lot about the world, but it's also about town hall issues, because our organization actually came in 2019. We merged also with town hall, and this is why we do also events that are more topic focused, such as we had one with on energy with Chevron CEO last year. Macquith. We have one coming up, and this is our tentpole events coming up in October on healthcare. We're going to have one on Paralympics program in November. So we also do this type of events the year. And we also have two additional programs. One is a travel program, but so it's not like our upcoming one is actually going to be in Taiwan in October. And the difference between other type of programs is we meet foreign dignitaries. We hear from people from the, the American Chamber of Commerce, also from I'm talking, for instance, I was there for the Panama trip. So we meet, of course, ambassadors, we meet different people. So it's kind of a different way of traveling, and is a big appeal to our membership.
Fantastic.
So the interest of our membership is because they're pretty settled into their careers. It's a lot of time they also are into investing opportunities. So that's why I think partnering with the Global Chamber should be very natural thing to do, because our membership and the people who are following us or donating or sponsoring us are obviously looking at what's going on in the rest of the world, whether it's to invest, how it impacts their portfolio, and all this. So I think there is a lot of opportunities there. And in addition, we have very close relationship with all the different consulates that I find very useful when it comes to business, because obviously they are also here to promote expansion in their own country and trade relationships with Southern California. And I think this is also something, because of our long time relationship with them, that's something that we could bring to the table to Global Chamber members. And lastly, we started to develop an initiative. We have also members on our board from the diaspora community. So right now we have 3 members from Bulgaria, from Pakistan, and also from Taiwan. So it's also deepens the relationship that we have, and also giving them a voice on what we do here. So now I'm going to maybe open to questions that you may have for our organization. Oh, I forgot to mention something very dear to me, actually. We have a high school program as well. And I'm saying it's very dear because it's interesting. Some people are going to be, they're interested because they want to join a diplomatic, to have a diplomatic career. Some it's for trade. And usually these events, we have them on a quarterly basis. We have, usually it's in the form of a panel, and that's something that we may be working with you on a program as well. And having a panel, let's say, on trade, and they could have the students as well, and after it could be also for our general membership, obviously, program. But obviously, there is a big interest there, and this is a quarterly basis. We had actually a webinar as well on tariffs. So it's just, and in the December, we have the economic outlook. So obviously, everybody is interested into trade and finance and all this good stuff. So
amazing. Yes, 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 and yes. That sounds awesome. What you mentioned about the consulates, you must obviously know Brian Swords, who's in the call here. I don't know, Brian, do you have a moment to talk and chat? What's your experience been with the World Affairs Council and the work that you guys have done together?
Yeah, I used to be, until very recently, with the Japanese consulate. And we used to be very, very active, especially during Japan's bubble era. Many, many programs centered on Japan, both at World Affairs Council and Town Hall as well.
Yes.
And I was just wondering, during COVID, clearly one of your strengths was the virtual program. And the in-person programs, one thing that I've noticed, as Japanese companies kind of left the downtown LA area, there was probably less participation by the Japanese companies. And so your programs, do they occur throughout Southern California, or is it typically hosted Century City, downtown LA still?
Alors, actually, for your information, our office moved to downtown area. So we actually do conduct a lot of events in the downtown area. City Club, the California Club, Jonathan Club, different place also on the west side, because a big chunk of our membership actually is
Sure.
located on the west side. So actually the events goes to different location, and I am pushing actually to get closer, depending on the industry that we're covering, that it gets closer. Let's say we have a tech related event that we go to Culver City to get the audience, because it's more convenient since they're already there, you know, just like you were mentioning, like Anaheim for manufacturing. I think when you have an event with a certain topic, it makes sense to be close to the decision makers, because that's
Sure.
our goal, is to engage. But a lot of our events also now are on a hybrid format, meaning that we, for instance, on cybersecurity. So we're going to have in person, but also online, because our membership and people who are supporting us are also throughout the whole United States. Yes.
Have you
And
ever?
another thing that I should have mentioned is we're part of the 90 chapters of the World Affairs Council chapters. So because of that, we're all working. I stay very close to all the different ones. Some are very large, like in Houston, and San Francisco is big, you know. So in different locations, but we work closely. So we could also do things that could reach out to, we can do something with different chapters at the same time.
I was wondering, have you ever collaborated with Japan House in Hollywood?
Alors, I actually, they were here for our quad event. So yes,
Okay.
that's something yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah, because they do have a fairly nice venue, actually.
Oh,
And,
excellent. Excellent, yes. And yes, actually the executive director was there at our quad event. So yes, we have, I mean, there are a lot of things that we could partner in terms of program, and or when you have a program that you're thinking of, that we could support as well to our membership and our viewers and
yeah,
people.
and just one tip for you, where the consulate is changing consul generals as we speak.
Mhm.
So it's always a good idea to get them right when they land in Los Angeles.
Yes.
The new Consul General Murota is actually quite focused on economic issues, etc.
Okay.
Very, very brilliant gentleman. So it may be a good opportunity just to knock on that door again and revitalize that relationship.
No, I agree. We actually have, I forgot to mention, one of our tentpole event is we have a consular corps reception every year. But to your point, Brian, a lot of there is of course consuls coming, living, and everything. So and the good thing is, yes, because we have a very continuous relationship. Usually, we know who is living, and we continue the relationship and with them, and it's very important because. I saw, like, for instance, the French consul, Adrien Frieur, came in October. Right there, I got him to attend to one of our event and introduce him to the community here. And he has a different agenda that, for instance, his predecessor,
Yes. Oh,
those had. So, you know, I've been here since 2002, so for quite a long time, and I saw a lot of different changes, and some are more focused into larger companies, so more for SMEs, others more about, you know, building technological exchange, you know, or academic exchange. It depends, but they all have their own. So you have to get to know them and what is their focus and what is how we could help. So.
Brilliant. Anita, you have a question. What?
No, I want to give accolades to Victoire and the LA. I have it as the acronym LAWCTH. I'll have to. I noticed you took
Well,
a
actually,
cheat.
we dropped the TH for you to know,
Um,
Anita. We're
yeah,
going
but-
now with LAWAC that I think would be easier to remember because Los Angeles World Affairs Council, it's pretty a long name. But before it was, yes, and Town Hall, but we're now using only
Yeah, no, I get that. But I just want people to know, like, this organization saved my sanity during the pandemic. I lived for their webinars. They adjusted so well. They just pivoted. And it's not just about political stuff. We got to see documentaries before they're released to the general public. They partner with different book publishers. And so we got to, you know, hear interviews and ask questions of some amazing authors. And Dan Schnorr is like an amazing human being. Like, if you've never heard of him, he teaches political science at UC Berkeley, USC, and Pepperdine. And if you're a member of the LA World Affairs Council, after his 1 hour monthly Dan Schnorr political report, there's a half-hour roundtable where it's just like a few people, well, not a few, 30, 40 people who can ask questions and have discourse. And Dan always says it's his favorite part of the whole thing. I agree, just amazing. So
Thank you,
shout
Anita.
out to
Thank
you
you for
guys.
sharing your experience.
While Brian is still here, Brian, you mentioned, is it Murata-san as the new consul general?
Yeah, I believe it's Murota.
Murata. Okay. Would it make sense for each organization to approach, or would it be like if, let's say, Global Chamber and the World Affairs Council went in together? What would your recommendation be around something like that? Should we all just do it individually?
Yeah, I mean, a joint effort, not a bad idea. And what I would do is I would tie it in with an event at Japan House.
Okay.
So if you could propose it, you know, on that premise, that will immediately gain their attention because they do want to exploit that venue.
Okay.
And it's a good venue.
And actually, you know, to your point, Japan, we may organize an event dedicated to Japan in September. So actually, the venue, the arrival of the new consul, our sponsor partner with it, I think it will all, you know, fit. And that would be fantastic.
I would do that.
To have a global chamber as well.
Yeah, and they're able to seat around 100 plus people. They do have, you know, on-site catering, Japanese food, which tends to be very nice. And you could probably get some, you know, collaborative sponsorship. I couldn't promise anything myself, but it tends to be of interest if that venue is utilized.
Well noted. Does anybody else have any questions for Victoire or Sarita? Did you have any additional comments that you wanted to ask or comment on?
No, I thought it was a very well-rounded presentation because I am familiar. I'm on the mailing list and all of the work that you're doing, and I echo Anita's comments with regard to the type of programming. And for me, being coming from political science, so I'm familiar with all of that. I love it because it also has that policy angle to it. And then with what you mentioned with the consular corps and the whole diplomatic. So I'm very well familiar with the World Affairs Council, and thank you. You and I have met previously on webinars talking about international trade and more so from the research side of things. So thank you for joining us today and giving that elaborate presentation about the LA World Affairs Council and all of the great things that you are doing. So thank you so much.
I have a question, just the last minute, because of your background, Victoire. Vous êtes française de Paris, loin, naturellement.
Tout à fait.
Je suis de Florence. Hein?
Magnifique.
One of the biggest challenges in the next 5 years for the United States is the ability to push forward the AI industry and AI technology. And we do not have enough technologists in the field of AI. I understand that you are doing work in facilitating the entry of foreign workers to the US. And what's your view regarding the ability to get these people in from other countries without incurring into the challenges of the current administration that seems to limit the ability of other people from other countries to come in?
Alors, I'm going to put like the little disclaimer of this engage only my personal views. I think here in the US, we're very pragmatic. So I think when it comes to bringing the right people, we make it happen. So even if you have a big base that is refocused on stopping immigration, I'm being very bold, and that's why I'm saying it comes from me. I still believe that just like what they're releasing for farming, they would do the same for technology, making sure that we get the workforce that we need to remain competitive in that area. So I'm not too worried in that regard, because I think by the end of the day, this is a strength of the United States, is really putting value on business always first.
Thank you so much, Victoria.
Thoughts? What do you think, Sarita?
In terms of that question, or?
Oh, just next steps. We have about 12 minutes left.
No, for the next steps, actually, I want to call on people that, because we have other people that are on the call, so we can kind of go around the virtual room, if you will, where they can introduce themselves. And then also, thanks for those that put your information in the chat, but introduce yourselves, describe your company, your organization, and then mainly also if there are any opportunities or any needs that your organization has. So with the remaining time that we have, I wanted to kind of go around the room. And so I'm going to start with.
Could we just, because Brian is such a Japanese guy and he might wait for everybody else to talk because he's so kind and amazing.
Yeah.
Brian, is there anything else that you wanted to carry forward from the last brilliant conversation you gave us about Japan and the investment that's happening? Is there anything that we should know about?
I would say right now everything is in holding pattern, and we're waiting for, Trump administration stance and money coming forward. So a lot of things I'm involved in terms of the green energy space, especially, very much in a holding pattern. So everybody's waiting to see what happens. Tariffs, Japan is not entirely satisfied with what's happening so far, but I think it'll work out pretty well for them ultimately.
Okay. Very good. Brian, there's nobody better in terms of his connectivity to the Japanese community, and looking forward to continuing the collaboration. Sorry, Sarita, I just wanted to make sure that occurred.
All right. And Ayako, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, welcome.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ayako Asahara, and the founder of Turkey Bookkeeping, based in Irvine, Orange County. And we provide a monthly bookkeeping services for businesses across the United States, including U.S. subsidiaries of Japanese companies. And I'm a member of JBA, Japan Business Association of Southern California.
They've been there about 45 minutes.
Oh, sorry, Ayako.
Yeah, in JBA, many companies are located in Torrance, Los Angeles area. So I'm sure some members there are also interested in events hosted by Victor's organization.
I think, Ayako, you're joining, right? Or did you already join?
I'm joining.
You're joining Global Chamber, right? Okay. And are you already a member of the World Affairs Council?
No, not yet.
Okay. Well, Victoire, we'll help you on that side as well. We should have a joint ticket, right? You join Global Chamber and World Affairs Council.
We'll work on it offline.
Okay.
And the next person, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Cynthia
I'll be
Torres, I
quiet.
want to bring in, especially from the Department of Commerce, because I've been seeing that name, and especially when I mentioned about RETAP, and we have been also partnering with the Export Assistance Center, the U.S. Commercial Services officers from the LA office with the U.S. Department of Commerce. So I would like to give Cynthia Torres the floor to speak and share with us as well.
Thank you, Sarita, and nice to meet everybody. I've actually been trying to get on these calls for a couple months now, and something always pops up. But I have been receiving a lot of the RETAP companies contacting me lately and getting some of those services kind of scheduled for the one-on-one calls and then executed hopefully in the next few weeks on as far as the payment goes and things like that. So thank you for that. And I apologize for my camera setup here. It's a little odd, but I just wanted to say hello again and, let you all know that we are still here. We've been, as you know, going through a lot the last 6 months. We will hopefully have some more insight as to, we know what the general priorities are of the administration at the moment as far as trade goes, but we've just been advised that we will have a town hall next week with the Secretary of Commerce. So hopefully we will learn more as to whether or not we're going to remain the status quo with our structure and mission, or if there's some new restructuring happening. We're not quite sure what the town hall will entail. Hopefully not layoffs. So, but with that said, we are going to be moving this office to the downtown area. Unfortunately, we have had our lease pulled. So, but we're still here, I guess, is my bottom line for reaching out and joining the call and re-engaging with the community here locally, which never ceases to amaze me, the dynamic nature of LA and the resilience of LA. And we're here, we're down staff, whereas there's only 4 of us left in Los Angeles after all the buyouts, but just bear with us while we work through some of these changes, and we're happy to engage and just hello to all, and I hope to continue to join the call. So thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia. And when will you be moving to downtown?
I'm not leading the lease issues, but I've been told that we need to be out of the west side office by the end of August, and then heading to the downtown office. So
okay. Oh, great. Okay. Well, thank you. That's good to know, and just kind of that update as, when I'm working with companies and then referring them over.
Yeah, but we're everywhere in the LA
right.
area. We pretty much, wherever we need to be.
Okay. All right. Any questions from anyone else before I move to someone else? Any questions for the Department of Commerce? Okay. Well, thank you so much, Cynthia, for joining us today and giving us that update. Let's see. We have Jeff Dar, who was our former Global Chamber LA Advisory Board Chair. And so I just wanted to give you the floor. Any comments, any opportunities that you would like to share with us today?
Hey, everybody. Sorry, just unmuting myself. So I think actually we have people in the call who may not know me. So I'm Jeff Dar. I'm a lawyer who focuses on international disputes and transactions based in Los Angeles. We were talking about Japan. I also am an arbitrator. So one of my practice areas is both as a lawyer is to do international arbitrations and also be an arbitrator. So for example, the JCAA, the Japan Commercial Arbitration Association, I'm one of their panelists, even though I'm in California. I'm similarly a panelist on a number of international tribunals, even though I'm based in Los Angeles and there are other countries. So a couple of quick things. Yesterday, for another international trade committee group organization that I chair, we hosted the Canadian Consul General. Stayed safe. My cell phone. And the only thing I will note that was nice to hear was, of course, the LA consulate also covers Arizona and Nevada. And he's very familiar with Global Chamber. Had no idea there was an LA chapter, but very understanding and focused and aware of the Phoenix chapter. So hopefully I connected some dots on that yesterday, and I'll continue to do so. And which makes me think that there may be other similar consulates that may not be aware that we're really focused here in LA as well as elsewhere. So I'll just share that as a comment, and I've already got the seeds in place and watered them and so on since yesterday afternoon. And then other than that, I think I shared last time we met that there'll be a delegation of lawyers from Osaka, and primarily from the Osaka Bar Association in Los Angeles in September. Also taking them out all to a Dodger game with its Otani Bobble Night the night before. So they're all coming in early, and there's a number of programs I'm involved with. And one of the ongoing issues that I've been dealing with for two large international conferences that I'm involved in planning, one in really big in 2028 in San Francisco, is the issue of trying to address early on and future concerns of travel to the US from out of the country. And that remains to be a growing challenge. And it's largely one of perception, but something we can talk about more. But it is a real bona fide issue. And we have it coming up also because we're the LA group for the FIFA World Cup coming up shortly, and let alone the Olympics. But that's a big concern. And so otherwise, I'm just here to be a resource and available as everyone would like. So
Thank you, Jeff. And then we have Thierry. I hope I pronounced that properly. From Utah. If you have any comments, want to introduce yourself, share any opportunities. Okay, well, I'll come back. Casey Branch.
KC, the Sunshine Boy. How are you? He sounds like he might be on a phone.
Neither one's in here. And then I don't know who the iPhone is for, but maybe that's iPhone. That's someone else's, hopefully not, that's on the call and they have their iPhone, or if they just joined.
Here I am.
Oh, there we go. Hi, Casey.
Hello. Happy Wednesday to everybody, or Thursday, or whatever day it is. Thursday. I'm an international alcohol, beverage, and cannabis lawyer based in San Luis Obispo, California. But I pretty much scatter all over the world, spending a lot of time in Texas and in Napa Valley. So that's my shtick. I'm currently doing, what am I doing? It's really interesting. Oh, I'm putting on a tequila law conference in conjunction with the American Bar Association in Mexico City in January. So we're not only going to taste tequila and taste the different kinds of tequila, but we're going to learn all about the Tequila Regulatory Council, export-import of tequila, and all the rules that go with it. So that's the kind of thing I do. So happy Thursday to everybody, and I wish you well. Oh, and for your Japanese event, we just opened a Japanese brewery in Burbank, so we can maybe get them as a sponsor, or get them to bring over some beer if that's allowed by the venue.
Wow.
and
That's awesome. And our Mexico's Global Chamber of Mexico City person is in town this week, so I'll connect them up. Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to comment that I think the venue allows if you bring in beer as a sponsor.
Oh, great. So I will, well, let's talk offline. My email address is really simple. It's initial kc@winelaw.net. Shoot me an email and I'll introduce you to Hiwasaki Brewery in Burbank.
Oh, very nice.
Amazing.
KC, I've actually done work with the Tequila Regulatory Council and been to their offices in Guadalajara and so on.
Oh, it's an experience, isn't it?
I've been in the old ones when it was a rambling place also.
Oh, you're dating yourself.
That is probably quite some time ago. But,
Yes.
Sarita?
And then, and tequila became finally a trademark. I wasn't involved with it, but I have a good friend who was at the signing and very involved. It took a long time to get tequila as a registered mark in the US. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Quickly, we have yes.
Before you make the closing comments, could we just have Alexandra just say a word?
Oh.
She's with Global Chamber.
Wait, I'm sorry, because Thierry is on. He's on. I just want him to just quickly introduce himself too, because we couldn't get him to speak, and then Alexandria, then we'll wrap up.
Sure.
Hello, Los Angeles. Hello. Hello, do you hear me?
Barely, but yeah, go ahead.
Usually, I'm one of the global advisors here for the state of Utah. Basically, I'm a marketing business development consultant, photographer, non-profit, entrepreneur in the tourism, the food, of the wine, Casey, you have to come to the bus. The TV, tourism, hospitality, social media, we mix up that time, we do social media for business development for rural territories. Voilà. We are based in Park City. Voilà.
Great. Thank you. So I heard social media marketing, and if you could put your information in the chat, okay, great. All right. And then just lastly with Alexandra, and then I'm going to wrap it up so we can.
Alexandra is
Okay.
representing Global Chamber tomorrow at the Nelson Mandela International Day that we're having at our headquarters, and she's making an opening comment to the visiting Mandela Washington Fellowship leaders. This is an event that we've been part of for about 5 years with Arizona State University. Alexandra is a graduate of Pomona College in international relations, and she's working at Global Chamber, and she's headed to Japan to live in Yokohama for about the next year. And so congratulations on all that, Alexandra. Just a quick intro?
Yeah, thank you so much, Doug. And yeah, I'm Alexandra. I know I've definitely met some people on here already, but yeah, I'm just helping out Global Chamber, especially with some of our like onboarding processes and with our new HubSpot automation system that we're figuring out, and the implementation of Globi, our new AI, which hopefully will be able to support a lot of our executive directors and global advisors moving forward. But yeah, I know I just wanted to say hi, make myself available if anyone needs support, or if I can help, support the LA chapter side. I know obviously LA is very active already. So, but yeah, and then I'll be working with Global Chamber for the next few weeks. So during that time, happy to support however I can.
Great, thank you. Okay, so we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you everyone for joining again. I am Sarita Jackson, the Global Chamber Los Angeles Advisory Chair. I really enjoyed today's discussion, and I just want to highlight the upcoming opportunities literally next week. So in the chat, don't forget to check out the information for the July 23rd event organized by the Import-Export Committee. Then we also have Anita's Export-Import Forum the following day on Thursday. The details are in the chat, so go ahead, save the chat before we log off. And then what you've just seen here today is what the Global Chamber in general is all about in terms of identifying the opportunities. If any of our organizations have a needs, the collaboration, and these types of things, so that we can continue to grow together as a community, grow this tribe, but also grow this global community. So thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you in a month. Again, watch out. It's August 21st at 10 a.m. We're going to have Cristina Espiritu, who is going to join us and talk about procurement opportunities, especially as it pertains to FIFA, the Olympics, and how that can be used. What are the opportunities for businesses in the Los Angeles areas, different types of businesses, so that you can grow as well within the community and how we support each other. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Sarita.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jem.
Thank